the 25. Now with the play clock about to expire, we get a whistle and a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Now a first carry for Derrick Henry. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. Call it officially a loss of 2 on the first play from scrimmage. Second down at the 23. It's 2nd and 12.
23-yard line.
Mark 50, Mark 50, Mark 50. Watch the run, watch the run. Let go.
Derrick Henry. And once again, this Colts defense stops him behind the line of scrimmage. Third down, now even tougher. 3rd and 13 after that loss of a yard.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game. So what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, it's nothing but room to run.
And that is incomplete.
A deep ball down that right sideline, and he made sure that he put it where either his guy was going to catch it or no one was.
On 4th down, here's Brett Kern to punt the football away. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And this punt goes out of bounds, and it'll be marked inside the 40.
And 10 at their own 39-yard line.
Good starting field position for the Colts as they have it 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Nyheim Hines, his first carry, and able to get a couple as he's across the 40 to the 41.
The ball carrier.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll run. This is Jonathan Taylor. Now third down is looming. A pickup of 2 on first down and just 1 yard there.
Back-to-back runs. I'd say that encompassed maximum effort for minimal gain.
Minimal yardage, and now they're going to need something more than minimal on this play coming up. On third down, Griffin. Looking for Campbell downfield. And it's intercepted. Picked off by the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And he will take it across midfield and down to the 45. Well, certainly not how he wanted to start his night. First throw of the game, an INT.
Yeah, it's not easy, but he's got to try and wipe that one away from the memory banks. And let's face it, it's not often a quarterback and a defensive back have a lot in common. But one thing, because they have these individual type plays, they've got to have short memories, don't they? DB gets beat, wipe it away, quarterback throws a pick, has to do the same thing.
On 1st and 10, it's Hurts. And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
And he's able to get this one down to about the 40. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down.
Well, if you're going to run the read option, typically, you've got to keep an eye on the defensive end.
And what does that mean? What are you looking for with a defensive end?
Well, you want to play off of what he does. If he collapses inside towards the running back, then you pull it and take it yourself outside in. If he stays outside, you go ahead and leave it with the running back. In this case, pulled it and got good yardage himself. They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
Was a kicker from that distance, 56, 57 yards. So many things you got to worry about, but I am a little surprised he didn't get it there.
Yeah, with the way kickers are nowadays, we're surprised anything under 65 that it doesn't get at least to the crossbar. But remember this. You have to drive it a little bit lower in order to make that distance, and you also have to be worried about the interior rush that they can get their hands on it. So that's why those stronger kickers nowadays who can pop it up in the air and still travel and carry it, that's who you're looking for.
It's a pickup.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
At the Titans' 47-yard line.
Play action. It's Griffin. He'll buy some time right. He's got Burton here. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
We talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a first down.
Off the play fake. Here's Griffin. And the Titan defense steps up here, and down he goes. Credit the sack to Shaquem Griffin.
But that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
Man, blink of an eye, that happened fast, and a big sack. To try again after the sack. Griffin. Caught left side by Hilton. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. It's a loss of 4. Now third down. From the gun, it's Griffin. Now look out, Griffin hit, and he lost the football. It's loose. It's picked up by the Titans. The 20, 10, and they're going to bring this one back. A fumble return touchdown for the Titans. Huge, huge play by the defense, not only to force the fumble, obviously, but to return it for a touchdown.
And I know it's no fun for anyone who plays offense, but isn't it fun to see how a defense rallies when there's a fumble return and everyone tries to find someone to block and bring it all the way home?
And I always like their celebrations because they don't get there that often.
No, they're not choreographed very well usually.
So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. Takes this about 5 yards deep. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
Colts come to the line, ready to start their next drive. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. But right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. Give him a couple. 8.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front, because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
That one, a first down pickup of 8.
An 8-yard pickup.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
So much for the best laid plans and best designed plays. That was good coverage along the sidelines. No place for that one to get in there. It sails incomplete.
Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10. The give to Taylor. He takes us from the 30 to the 34.
Jonathan Taylor.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down, because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
A couple of extra defensive backs in the ball game here on 3rd and 6. Out of the gun, Griffin. He's got his tight end, Burton. And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. A strong 8 yards will keep this drive rolling. So 2 first downs, and that moves the ball to the 42 now, 1st and 10. On the delay, here's Hines. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on 1st and 2nd down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
2nd and 11 at the 41. They go play action with Griffin. Under pressure, and he'll go down. They'll sack him on what ought to be the final play of this first quarter. Frank Clark, his 2nd sack of the night. Start of the 2nd quarter, and it's the Colts in possession, as they've got it staring at a 3rd down and 13. So 1st and 2nd down went in the wrong direction. They'll try to do better here on 3rd and 13. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. A 14-yard gain for Indianapolis, and also move the sticks.
Oh, that was a pretty route right there, because it's all about finding a window on a route like that. He lined up on his left, ran the deep in route over the middle, and the ball was right where it needed to be. Really good trust between quarterback and receiver. Really good completion.
Now this one to his running back out of the backfield. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. That was the 9th play of the drive, and they pick up 9 yards with it. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves them with a very manageable 2nd and 1. They'll run with Taylor, and he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I'll bet the offensive lineman said, "Are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down." They love being physical.
Back to Taylor on first down. And a short gain down to about the 33.
Taylor again.
Kevin Byard up to make the tackle.
Made by Kevin Byard.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the plays we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
Now look out. Griffin hit, and he lost the football. It's loose. It's picked up by the Titans. He's at the 30. And they are going to bring this one back. A fumble return touchdown for the Titans. So that is now 2 fumble return touchdowns. You talk about something that's going to drive a head coach crazy.
Without a doubt. But for the defensive guys, once you do it once, you create a frenzy. Everybody wants to get involved, and they got it done a second time.
Extra point good by Prater. And it's now 14-0. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. Now this will make it into the end zone. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line, so bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision, loses him about 4 yards. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. Pressure comes, and the Titans able to bring him down. Frank Clark bringing the pressure yet again. That's his 3rd sack here tonight.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to... And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. Jadeveon Clowney showing the explosiveness on the sack.
We're starting to wonder if this offensive line just simply doesn't like him. I mean, they've given up 6 sacks in this game. He's had nowhere to go, nowhere to run, and obviously nowhere to hide.
And all those sacks in the first half, this is just complete domination. 39 yards on the punt, give him just 1 yard on the return. And the Titans are going to start this drive in great field position as they take over 1st and 10. They'll throw on 1st down with Hurts. This one complete to Mecole Hardman. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 13 yards is the pickup for Tennessee and a 1st down.
1st and 10 at
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Henry. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. An 11-yard pickup for the Titans and a 1st down. On that last run, he's now hit the 6,000-yard mark for rushing yards in his career.
And moves him squarely into the top 100 rushers of all time. In fact, he can boast that he's rushed for over 1,000 yards more than Gale Sayers did in his career. And Gale Sayers was a Hall of Famer in a short career.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Hurts. He'll set up the screen to Fournette. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. The 1st down screen pass, good for 5.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass, looked like it was coming together, looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
2 minutes to play, 1st half. It's 14-0. A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now, we'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. On 2nd down, here's Henry. He's going to be stopped well behind the line of scrimmage, and that's pretty much going to wipe out their gain from 1st down. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down. They missed a field goal on their last drive. Here they need something to even get into field goal range on 3rd down. And that's not nearly going to be enough. Stopped at the 22, and he needed plenty more. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave him with a 4th down.
Matt Prater on for the field goal. A 39-yard attempt.
And the 14-year trusty veteran able to knock it through. And the lead will grow. It's now 17-0. So he gets a shot at atoning for the earlier miss here in the 1st half and able to knock it through.
And what a relief for him, don't you think? Because how many games have we done where kickers missed one early and never gotten a chance to atone for it the rest of the game? That's a lot to carry around.
25-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
Want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level has
into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. It's the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu, and his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Off the play fake, here's Hurts. Man open left side is Brown. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach! The Colts getting the football first, and they trail here as we are back underway in quarter number 3. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And that decision to bring it out in him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them. One play has them to the 37 here for 1st and 10. They run with Hines, and he is going to lose yardage here. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
He was defended by Patrick Peterson.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now Brissett, the backup, his first throw. Flush to his right. Now on the run, he'll throw it back deep over the middle. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
A strong running. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and it'll be Titan football.
Their own 29-yard line.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
How about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. And he'll push his way forward to about the 32. It's going to be a gain of 6 on the keeper, but it leads to a 3rd down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
From the gun, it's Hurts. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. Tennessee getting the first down on a big play of 18 yards.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the third quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And a solid run down inside the 30. 6 yards there on the keeper. It's 2nd down.
Now, Brandon, that's the way you want to run the football. There should almost be quote bubbles above the offense right now. Bam, boom, biff. That's how they feel good about moving the football.
Now this time he'll look to throw. Off to Geis on the screen. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down. The 25-yard line is what they need here. This is 3rd down. Throwing is Hurts. And right side, Henry's got it. And he'll be stopped short of the 1st down as they rally to tackle him at about the 28. So on is Matt Prater now to try a field goal here from the right hash. This from 45 yards away. And that is not going to get there. Oh, he missed it short. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. Well, it's still a good-sized lead, so they haven't necessarily needed him, but this is now 2 missed field goals for him in this game so far.
Yeah, and the question now is, will he be prepared when they do need him? Whether that's later in this game or sometime down the line, having a kicker you can count on is definitely imperative.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 17 yards on the play as they try to eat into this 17-point deficit. They'll run on 1st down. It's Hines, and they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. That's good for an Indianapolis 1st down on a gain of 10.
Running lanes were at a premium in the 1st half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big 2nd half.
Nothing in that 1st half, nothing on the last drive, but they're moving now with a 1st and 10. And now off to the races down the right side. Touchdown, Indianapolis.
Touchdown,
Jonathan Taylor, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Colts are able to cut into this lead. That's the score you felt they had to have here in the 3rd quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there was an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25.
25-yard line.
Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. This now a 10-point game, so things tightening a little bit after that last score. They'll start out on the ground. It's Leonard Fournette. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
In my book, that's running the ball well, but with intelligence. How about him keeping the clock moving, staying in bounds?
Yeah, even though it's the 3rd quarter, you're thinking ahead, aren't you? This is where your running game can really help you with a lead in the 2nd half.
I agree totally. It's not just end-of-the-half situations that you worry about the clock. It's throughout the game. And with a lead, stay in bounds. Make them fight harder to try and catch you.
It's a 1st down on a gain of 10.
38-yard line.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll run with Henry. And he'll muscle his way up to the 43 for a pickup of right around 5. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
They'll find Everett there, complete.
That's good.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then, of course, they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play. And that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
And he's going to take this one across midfield and into Colts territory.
39-yard line.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. The toss right to Geis. And he'll get this down only to about the 46.
The ball carrier. He was tackled at the 46-yard line. It's a gain of 3. Brings up 3rd and 4.
Before they can snap it, time runs out on this 3rd quarter of play. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Titans on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 4. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down.
Now, that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater, he just made a great play there.
On is Kern, the punter, to send this one away.
Brandon, you're never quite sure what the side judge or the field judge is going to rule there. That was awfully close, but in the end, he says it passed over the 1-yard line, and that's where they're going to mark it out. I mean, you can see it right there, right? See him walking up the sideline? Told him to stop right there at the 1.
They're going to get about 3 here out of this 1st down run, and that'll bring up 2nd and 7.
And give him a lot of credit there, but even more credit to the guys up front. In that situation, you know it's going to be a stacked defensive front, and to be able to gain that much yardage, that's a big win for the guys on offense.
Yeah, they were just about standing on their own goal line, so to get a few yards there, a great start. Now we'll see what 2nd down brings. They run once more with Taylor. And a short gain here as he gets it up only to about the 6.
The ball carrier brought down at his own 6-yard line. A 2-yard gain on the play. And it's 3rd down.
The Colts on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. From the shotgun, it's Brissett. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
A good decision in the end to pull it and run, gets him 9 yards and a 1st.
I don't know about you, but can you just almost feel the relief that's gone through this stadium? He picked up that 1st down. Without it, this game is over.
And when he took off, it was almost like, oh, no, this might be it, but found a way to pick up the 1st. And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. Jadeveon Clowney able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. From the gun, here's Brissett. This one into the hands of Burton. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
All right, this is the time of the game where they're down a couple of scores, and they've really got to get some yards in chunks, and they know the defense doesn't want to give those up, but they've got to find a way to take them anyway.
Now the question is, can they string a few of those together? He's going to go for a big play downfield. Oh, he may have gotten lucky. Tried to dump it off underneath on the check down. Nearly picked. Instead, it's incomplete.
It's now 4th down.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. Flushed out right. And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line. Frank Clark. And now, boy, the ball's going to go over on downs here inside the 10-yard line. A very short field to work with now. 1st and goal after the great punt return. They'll try and run forward with Fournette. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
This is obviously a critical sequence for this defense if they want to stay in this game. Down 2 scores already. They give up a touchdown here. That'll make things really difficult for their offense moving forward.
And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal. Hurts sets up to throw it. Now they go screen. It's complete. And into the end zone for a Tennessee touchdown. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Titans are able to extend their lead. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17.
24, Colts 7.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Takes this about 5 yards deep. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line.
25-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They were coming off the extra week of rest, but this team started sluggish, and it really didn't get any better from there. And trailing big here. And that's caught inside the 35. Touchdown, Indianapolis. T.Y. Hilton, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Colts are able to draw a bit closer.
For the extra point.
I don't think you can get any more efficient or tidy, whatever word you want to use in that. Man, 1 play, 75 yards, end zone.
Yeah, efficient, tidy, excellent words. How about explosive? 75 yards, 1 play. That means everyone handled their assignment, doesn't it? It doesn't just mean that the defense broke down. They really executed the way that was drawn up on the whiteboard. Big-time play, big-time result.
Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown. This is taken just shy of the 10. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
The Titans take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And you figure after giving up that last touchdown, they trail by 2 scores here in the 4th quarter. This drive becomes very critical. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
It's now 2nd and 6 at the 29-yard line.
They'll try and burn some clock with Geis. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage.
Taken down right at the line.
They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down and 5.
Here's Hurts to throw. And that's knocked away and incomplete. Darius Leonard, the linebacker, able to break that one up.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away.
The Colts take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. Well, still a long way to go, but trending upward. They scored the last time out, you remember. Then their defense forced the punt. Now they try to inch. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. He's picked off at his own 46. And a terrific return as he takes this thing all the way down near the 20-yard line.
And this is a situation where defensively, Brandon, you're going to be so excited. It's getting late. You've got the lead. No reason to not just pin your ears back and go. Bring the pressure. And here they hit him as he's releasing the football, and that's going to help lead to the interception.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. And defensively trying to beat the 2-minute warning with a timeout, and they do. Calling it with 2:04 left. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Now a toss. This is Geis. And he gets it down close to the 10-yard line. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. So the Titans in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for one more first down to help salt this one away. He can run for it, and he will. And he has the first down before he's tackled at the 5. It's a gain of 6 as they're able to convert, and now it's 1st and goal. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. He's going to run again. And he'll get him a bit closer as he's down to the 2-yard line. Give him 3 on the keeper there, and it is 2nd down. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal.
At the 2-yard line.
And this one will wind up with him losing yardage. Back to the 4-yard line. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
Play lost a yard.
When people talk about plays being blown up, that's exactly what they're talking about. That's Exhibit A for physical play.
They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. That's complete right around the 8. Now the Colts will use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 45 seconds left to go in the game. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. From the left hash, a chip shot here. And Prater's kick is on the money. It's good. And that will stretch the lead up to 13. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but it's still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 19 yards there on the catch and run.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play,
and the Titan defense steps up here, and down he goes.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
And, Charles, you know what coaches always tell us. We want to win our home games. That much we know. We want to protect our home turf. They got that done in this one.
Exactly right. When you start a season, everyone's goal, win all of your home games, split your road games, and you're likely going to be in the playoffs. But when you win at home, boy, what a great feeling that is. You don't even mind if people are at your house when you get home after a win like that.
So for Tennessee, the win means they'll finish the first half at a respectable 5-3 record. And they'll get another home date next week as the 49ers will come to town. Meanwhile, for the Colts, They fall 2 games under 500 now at 3-5. And they'll try and turn things around next week as they have a date at MetLife Stadium with the New York Jets. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.